What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, January 7th, 2025, I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad you could be here today. I'm quite aware, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, that you could have been anywhere in this world today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today, but you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have once again, an action-packed show. But before I begin the show, I always like to state my intentions. And my intention is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life's transitions and beyond. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. That is what we do here on this new year 2025. This is the first show of the new year. And also, this is the first show of our starting our 7th season here on Transition Tuesdays. And we got on the check-in, we got Dee Dee from Jersey on the check-in. What's going on, Dolores? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We also got my sister cuz we got Gina joining us from North Carolina. What's going on, Gina? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And happy 2025 to you and your families as well. Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. As Gina says, she likes my background. Yes. Background is very important. There we go. We try to mix it up here and there, once in the blue. We do that once again. Hey, on Transition Tuesday. That's what we do here. So let's get into it. In transition news. Now, we want to celebrate a basketball rose in Chicago. And what do I mean by that? Derrick Rose, he retired in September 2024 from the NBA and was recently honored on Derrick Rose Night in Chicago versus my beloved New York Knicks. Now, the Chicago Bulls announced that the Chicago's own Derrick Rose #1 jersey will be officially retired next season, making him the 5th Chicago Bull to have his jersey retired alongside Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Jerry Sloan, and Bob Love. So this is a prestigious honor for Mr. D. Rose, Derrick Rose. Now, in D. Rose 7 seasons with the Chicago Bulls, he was, and get this now, that this is very important about Derrick Rose, okay? In his 16 years, okay? But he played 7 seasons with the Chicago Bulls. And he was the youngest MVP in the history of the NBA. The youngest MVP in the history of the NBA. Peep that. He was a 3-time NBA All-Star. He was a first team All-NBA first team selection. He did that one time, which is extraordinary. And he was the 2008-2009 Rookie of the Year. Man, so this guy really put in the work. Now, just imagine a guy like Derrick Rose, who is from Chicago, all that pressure that he had to live up to what he became. Man, this guy never got into an ounce or lick of trouble. You can't look up anything because you didn't find anything. This guy was raised by his brothers. Man, you know that Adidas before Ant-Man, there was a Derrick Rose who put Adidas on his back. Everybody wanted to have those Adidas with that Rose symbol. Everybody wanted to have that. Man, so this homegrown kid from Chicago, he did good. Pooh did good. That was his nickname. Pooh did good. And we also got in the house checking in from the Rock. We got Felicia on the check-in. What's going on, Felicia? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us in the discussion. Yeah, so, man, Derrick Rose, man, this guy was all that. And a humble kid. Heard he's one of the best kids, man. One of the best kids to, in terms of the pressure that was surmounted against. This guy was a legend in high school. Then he went to Memphis, played there 1 year. 1 year, should have won a chip that year, but they lost to Kansas. And Mario Chalmers shot at the end of the game in overtime. So he would have had a championship. Then after that, he was drafted by his beloved Chicago Bulls. Man, incredible career, man. So it made me ponder the question. So with D Rose being the youngest MVP in league history, appearing in multiple All-Star games, now is D Rose a lock for the Naismith Hall of Fame? Is he a lock? I ask you all, Transition Army. I'll ask you all, Transition Army. Is D Rose, Derrick Rose, a lock? Okay, this guy's a Windy City icon. Is he a lock for the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame? I answer that first. This guy, not only is he a lock, he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He'll get in the first ballot. Okay, he'll get in the first ballot. Because again, anybody who has won, it looks like everybody who has won an MVP, a league MVP, makes the Hall of Fame. All right? So that'll get him in there with that alone. All right? He did it. He was the youngest to ever do that. Okay? And let's imagine if he didn't get hurt. Let's imagine if his knees held up. He probably would have had a phenomenal career. Would have probably lasted. He probably still would have been playing. You know, he would have still been playing. But he will go down as one of the most explosive point guards in the history of the NBA. Explosive. This guy, he dunks on people. You know, he had great lift onto his shot. He had to adjust when he had those knee injuries. But again, he is, man, he will go there. He will be a first-time ballot Hall of Famer. Not only, you know, he definitely will. You know, I kind of equate his career to like a Grant Hill, who is a NBA Hall of Famer as well. How about if Grant Hill didn't have all those surgeries? You know, we just wouldn't know. We wouldn't have known what it would have been. You know, he was supposed to be the next Jordan, and he was on his way to do that, right? But he did it. But he made the Hall of Fame, and I see that in the same future for Derrick Rose as well. He will be a first-time ballot Hall of Famer. Again, he's one of the greatest point guards, explosive point guards to ever play. And speaking of explosive, we got my guy, the voice of the men's and women's basketball team of Manhattan College and Florida Atlantic. We got Uncle Smoothie is in the building. What's going on, Smooth? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. Welcome. So yeah, Derrick Rose. Man, Derrick Rose Day, they're gonna retire his number 1. You know, he's Chicago's own, Chicago's finest. Man, again, salute to you, Derrick Rose. Man, salute to you. Now, also, let's see here. We got bonus transition news for you guys. Bonus transition news for 2025. We got that for you guys here today on Transition Tuesdays. We have it. Let me just take a little bonus transition news here. Coming to you live, bonus transition news. If I get some music, I want to get some claps for that. There we go. Bonus transition news for you. Hot off the presses in 2025 here. I'm adding the extra number. I'm getting really futuristic. All right. So, the Miami Heat, we basketball heavy today. The Miami Heat suspend Jimmy Butler for 7 games. 7 games. As they deem it, he's suspended for multiple instances of conduct detrimental to the team. Man. Now, Jimmy Butler is bound to lose over $3 million over the 7-game suspension. $3 million he's going to lose because of conduct detrimental to the team. Okay? Now, playoff Jimmy, he wants to get his joy back. I put that in quote. His joy back for playing basketball. As he says, by him playing with the Miami Heat, he can't get his joy back. Right? And as you guys know, the president of the Miami Heat is Pat Riley, and I guess Pat Riley had some problems with this, with comments said before, many comments said before, and even before this. So I ask you all, Transition Army, does Jimmy Butler deserve to lose $3 million because of his joy back comment? Because I think that took Pat Riley over the edge, and that bound to suspend him 7 games without pay, which is equates to over $3 million. So, but does he deserve to get, docked $3 million to be suspended for 7 games for making that statement? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Man, I got a couple of thoughts on it. First one is, this is a Pat Riley rule. This is Pat Riley. This is Pat Riley culture. You can't really go outside of, what goes on in the Miami Heat organization. He's developed that culture. It's called the Pat Riley. It's called the Miami Heat culture when you play there. But, and apparently, he wants to get out. Jimmy Butler has used these tactics before. So, he wants to get out. And, but again, is this fair for Pat Riley to do such a thing and find a guy like that? You know what I mean? I'm sure Pat Riley will find him a team that he wants to go to, and Pat Riley would take care of that. As Chris says, no, Pat Riley is a bully. Well, you would know, Sue, right, man? You're right there in Miami, so, in Florida, so you would know about Pat Riley, and I still got issues over Pat Riley, too. Here's a guy who faxed in his resignation when he was coaching the New York Knicks, but I will digress on that. But, you know what I mean? It's Pat Riley's way, his way, or the highway. So, again, this is mandated by Pat Riley, obviously, but I would imagine the NBA Players Association is probably going to have to intervene and get involved with this one because this seems unfair to do it and unjust to do this, just because he said he's lost his joy to play and he's trying to get out of there. We've seen people try to force their way out of situations. James Harden did that when he was in the Brooklyn Nets, like he was playing in a fat suit, right? Warming up and everything like that. Then when he got traded, all that weight was shedded and stuff like that. So these are tactics that people use, you know what I mean? But he wasn't fined $3 million and he wasn't suspended for not being, not wanting to play and trying to opt out of his contract, but this is the Pat Riley way. This is how things are done. I'm sure he's going to get his wish, to be traded. You know what I mean? It's a little knock on Jimmy Butler because the guy goes hard when healthy. When he's available, he's playoff. They call him playoff Jimmy for a reason. So to be, it's really shaping out to be really a sad state of affairs there with the Miami Heat. As Smooth says, Riley has an issue with people who stand up to him. Yeah, I know. He's trying to do the old-time Lakers, Showtime Lakers, and stuff like that. It's his way, he's created that culture, though. I get it. He's created that culture at the Miami Heat. It's a winning culture because they have championships. So he has created that culture. But, Jimmy Butler's trying to test and he's trying to get out of there. So I guess this is his way of trying to do that. We just got to remain to be seen. But I'm sure he will get his wishes granted. His wish will be granted to him probably before the All-Star break in February. I can see that. Maybe he might not go to the team of his wishes, but I think he's going to get out of there in the Miami Heat. And it's a shame. It's a shame, too, because Jimmy Butler's getting up there in age, but he still has some gas in the tank. I'm sure he wants to go to the Phoenix Suns. That'll be a great fit for him. But will Pat Riley do that and honor that? I doubt it, but I think he'll be gone for Miami Heat. That'll probably be the last time you see probably Jimmy Butler in a Miami Heat uniform. Just saying. Just saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory. You made it here to 2025. Let's celebrate that victory, shall we? Let's do that. Let's do that, We got to do stuff like that. We got to celebrate our victory for being here, We got to do that. As I cue up some music for us, my little outro. Hey. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army. Hey, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for you joining me each and every Tuesday here on Transition Tuesdays. If you like this show and our past shows, you can check us out on my YouTube channel, Transition Tuesdays. So make sure you like and subscribe. Also, if you haven't been following me just yet, you got an opportunity to do so. You can do so on Instagram at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. You follow me and I'll follow you back. Okay? Also, you can check me out on TikTok at Russ Williams, the number 11. That's Russ Williams, the number 11. Okay, we're having a great deal of fun there. Great deal of fun there. And also, I want to give a shout out to our corporate sponsor, Sweet Candy Cafe, located in downtown Lumberton, North Carolina. So, before the show ends, we're about to end shortly, but again, I want you guys to go to sweetcandycafe.com to order your confectionery goodies. Okay, your taste buds will thank you. And let me stop the music for a second. Okay? Because I want to give a shout out to my wife, Miss Felicia, Mrs. Sweetness, okay? Because again, today on Sirius XM Radio, Sway in the Morning show, man, they gave Sweet Candy Cafe, just like a glowing endorsement about the product. You know, sweetcandycafe.com, heard by millions of on Sirius XM, Sway in the Morning. Shout out to Sway, shout out to Heather B, shout out to Tracy G there on the Sirius XM Radio. Man, they talked about Sweet Candy Cafe. You know, Felicia was, gracious enough to send them, items from Sweet Candy Cafe from our wedding, pictures of our wedding. Man, they shouted out Felicia and Sweet Candy Cafe throughout millions. I mean, millions of people heard this endorsement. So shout out to you, Miss Sweetness. You know, what you're doing, 12 years in business, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's an incredible accomplishing feat. Man, keep going strong. That's why you're a sponsor here on Transition Tuesdays. Keep doing what you're doing. Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning. We'll speak to you soon. Take care, guys. God bless. God bless. And, hey, get well soon to my guy, Cool V, Coach Van Macon. Thank you so much, guys. God bless.